Hello. So what's really going on with the real estate market in Oconee County? What are we seeing? Where are the houses? What's going on with pricing? And that's what I'm going to cover in this video. I'm Justin Woodall with Woodall Realty Group, brokered by eXp Realty, and I'm recording this as of early January 2022. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you in the upcoming slideshow, I'm going to show you the last 3 years of what we saw as far as number of sales, average sales price, median sales price. So let me share my screen. And so what we're seeing right now, if I could sum it up into one slide, this would be it. We're seeing extremely low supply, extremely high demand. And if you remember from your Economics 101 class in high school or college or whenever, basic econ says when supply is low and demand is high, then prices rise. And that's what we're seeing in this market. Why is the demand up? Well, this is part of the reason. So this is more of a national graph that I found online that kind of shows the migration patterns. And so in general, people are moving to Georgia. And if you notice, Georgia's number 7 on this list of top 10 inbound states. And, really, if you look, the Southeast is a popular destination right now, Florida being number 1 on the list, but also North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee. So people are moving to this area, but they're moving to Georgia as well. And then on top of that, they're moving to Oconee County because of the proximity to Athens, because of the proximity to Atlanta, and also because the schools are ranked really high. So there's a lot of demand in Oconee County. I think there's a lot of different factors, but those are the factors. And then of course, just the small community feel and the rural atmosphere that it has, but yet being close proximity to other places, to Atlanta and to Athens. So let's move on. So what do we see? I'm going to go all the way back to 2019 and just kind of show you what's going on with pricing. And so about 630 transactions took place in Oconee County. Again, kind of a small area, rural to a degree, but 630 home sales. So around 50 a month happened in 2019. And you can kind of see the various price ranges, the most popular being between $200,000 and $400,000 back in 2019. And then if you notice last year or 2020, similar type numbers, 200 to 400 was the highest sales range, and 666 homes sold in 2020. And this is through the local Athens MLS system. So that's where I'm getting this data from. And if you look at this year, similar range. So I mean, between 630 and 666 homes sold all 3 years. So similar, but what do you see there? You see the prices start to rise. So under 200,000, the number is just about cut in half. Does it mean that people don't want houses for under 200 in Oconee anymore? No, that's not what it means. It just means they're simply not available. 200 to 400, you see the numbers were lower. 400 to 600, the numbers about the same. But look at 600 to 1 million. Almost twice as many homes sold in Oconee County in 2021 between 600 and 1 million than the previous years. And twice as many homes sold, more than twice as many homes sold above $1 million. So you're seeing the money's coming into the area, prices are rising. And so let's break that down on actually the median and average price and days on market. Let's see what that looks like. So if you look at 2019 and 2020, we saw a slight increase in median price and average sales price. We saw days on market came down, and average sold to list price was up just a hair as well, meaning that homes are selling a little bit closer to list price. Then what do we see in 2021? We saw a bigger jump. Median price jumped about 40 grand over 2020 and about 60 grand over 2019. And so, if you bought a house 2 years ago, you've seen an average house in Oconee County from a median standpoint, you've seen an increase of about 60 grand. On an average price point, you've seen an increase of over 80 grand, close to 90 grand increase in price. So lots of appreciation, and average days on market is going down, which means houses are selling faster. And if you notice, they're almost selling at 100% of list price. And part of that is they're selling within days, and often they're selling with multiple offers. And so some people often ask right now, hey, are we getting ready for the market to crash again? Are we, houses are so overvalued, they're high, and, is it going to crash? It may at some point, but I'm going to be honest with you, from what I'm seeing from a supply and demand standpoint, it looks like it's going to stay strong. There's lots of demand, not enough supply. If you ride around and look, there's a few builders building, there's a few new houses coming up. but they're coming up, there's not enough. There's not enough houses coming up. Building costs are rising as well. So everything I'm seeing points to the market continuing to rise, best I can tell. And a lot of gurus agree with that. And then there are other gurus that say there's a correction coming. So, and it will come at some point, but right now, everything seems to be, at least what it's looking like right now, continues to be strong. And, with my team here at Woodall Realty Group, we constantly monitor this. So we're going to, reach out to us and see. We're going to be watching this. And if it looks like the market's starting to shift or turn, we're going to know it because we're going to be keeping eyes on the market. So moving along to what's under contract. Oh, and in addition to the offers we're getting right now, a lot of them are cash. Some of them are, 20%, most of them are 20% or more down on financing. And we're even seeing buyers come up with cash to bridge an appraisal gap if there is one. So, we're not seeing that we saw last time during the last crash is the easy loans, low credit, and still getting a loan, 100% financing. And if you remember back then too, there were a lot of empty houses sitting. There were a lot of new subdivisions approved, a lot of new houses being built that had not sold. We had about a 6-month or more supply of inventory at the time. I was in the business then, back in 2008, 2009, when things started to go south. So again, you compare today to then, and it's just different. So moving along into what's under contract right now. So under 200 in Oconee County, there are 2 houses under contract. Again, is that because there's no demand? Absolutely not. It's just because that's probably the only 2 houses available under 200, and they're both under contract. But look at this total. So there's only 56 houses. There's 56 houses under contract, and I'm going to skip ahead on my screen here to show this difference. So 56 under contract, but only 27 on the market. So as big as Oconee County is, the demand that it has, there are only 27 houses currently for sale in Oconee County, and 0 under 200,000, 8 in the 200 to 400, 6 in the 400 to 600. And so you see there's just such limited inventory. And when you look at the number of that sold in 2021, we've got enough demand to sell 235 homes in the 200 to 400 price range this year, or 256 homes in the 400 to 600 price range this year, but only 6 currently available. Now it's early January, so I expect as we go into spring, there will be more homes come available. But if you've been waiting to buy a home because you think prices are going to fall, or you think the market's going to get softer, or there's going to become more inventory available, eventually that might be the case, but it looks like in the near term, inventory is going to be low. Again, we're hoping for more houses to come available in the spring. And if you notice what's under contract right now, even the prices, median prices up for what's under contract, average prices up for what's under contract. And then what's active right now, median prices up, average prices up. So homes are selling, they're selling quickly. The average days on market for active inventory right now is 78, which tells me people are probably pushing the market a little harder than they should be. And they're trying to get those higher prices, and the buyers are saying, no, I'm not willing to pay that. And so the house is sitting. If it's sitting for 78 days in this market, then there's a problem. Either it's not being, it doesn't show very well, or it needs repair issues, or it's overpriced. So your realtor should be able to help you figure that out if you're at 78 days on the market. So that's the average, but again, there's only 27. So eventually those homes likely will sell as well. So I hope this has been helpful. And again, my team and I, we're keeping a good pulse on this Oconee County market, and both Athens as well. There is an Athens video that complements this one. If you want to look at that as well, you can find it on the YouTube channel. And if we can do anything to help you to evaluate whether it's time to buy or time to sell, please reach out to us. We'll be happy to help you.